So welcome to the Coppa della, Coppa della Toscana. I think that's how you say the name of the actual race. We're using this scenario because it's a smaller version of the Milli lap that we did. We're still gonna do the same thing where we times or do multiplication, math. But first we gotta finish this thing. We are in the Buck 09. Because I want to use a 1940s car and not a 1950 car again. And I thought this car would be perfect for it, since I believe this would have been like a mid-40s car. Could just say that we imported this car just to get some cash from the race, get some money finishing at least. Or if we wreck, we wreck. If we wreck, we wreck. Nothing more we can do with that. We're using the Xbox game bar because apparently I got my mic working now, and I can tell if it's working because I can hear myself in it, which is very good. I don't know if it's going to be louder than the game's audio or quieter than the game's audio, but since this part it's not really that loud, I wouldn't expect it to have any problem. This section was kind of lagging a little bit when I was doing some test runs. I think that's more my PC than anything. It kind of gets a little slow through there. A little scary there, because this car does not have the brakes as the car that we use for the Milli or really any BeamNG event that we have. This is the only reason why I ever use BeamNG. First of all, crashes, but this is a really good use of these types of events. BeamNG is very great for these types of events because these events haven't been captured anywhere else. So I mean, why not make events like this possible, like even possible to do? I just wish that the Pan American race was more represented in a way. Because what I would have done in that type of race is I would have done half the stages, and if we ever have like AI opponents, we can just do it that way, Like if instead of course we had AI opponents of a certain amount, and then because I don't think the Pan American race actually had that many cars compared to like the Milli and Folio races and this race. If I'm not mistaken, because I could be completely wrong. I'm just trying to go based off of memory, and that usually never goes correctly for me. Oh boy. Yeah, so you might see some similar sections to the Milli, and honestly, that's literally how this event would have been. Because Milli goes straight through sections that had this track in, or this area of the race in, because that's just how it worked. Because they were both in Italy, and Italy's not that big of a country compared to say U.S. But it still hosts a lot of racing. And that's why I want to say to all the Italians out there that you guys had, in those eras, the best racing and the most racing that I've ever seen. Because there was just like an event for anything in Italy back in those days. And even with the Milli originally being canceled due to the deaths of God, I can't remember the guy's name, but it probably popped in at some point if I do remember. But yeah, that horrible crash in '57, people still wanted to come back, and now it's even though it's not like the original race it is, and it's more toned down, and it's more of like a road trip type race, it's still celebrated yearly. It's literally like another Christmas to them. That's why I like the Italian spirit of racing. Also, their food's very good. I love Italian food. Italians just know how to make things here taste good, look good, or cool. Like these events back in those days, like the Targafolio, the Mille Miglia, the Tuscan Cup, which is the American say of this event, so I don't have to keep accidentally butchering their language on that name. I can just say what it ultimately means. Alright. I feel a lot better on this lap. The Mille Miglia, I felt like very antsy, and I think it's mostly because I've been trying to do this by myself, and I figure I've seen this like today. Literally, the day I'm recording this is the day that I found this scenario. Didn't even know it existed. Got it, and since it was a smaller lap than the Mille Miglia, I was like, you know what, might as well. And then we're gonna just go with the 49 version since we are now going into 48, 49, and 50 territory. Because of Luis's car sets are amazing. So the way I'm doing this is I don't really have a hometown for those modified national races, and this is kind of like the information for Luis that I don't really. First of all, there's not a lot of tracks I can do because not a lot of tracks for the modified national championship was there, and I can't. Well, eventually I'll find some, but I can't find anything for California. So the way I'm thinking is like I'm a Californian that wanted to race. I came to Florida for a stock car race, and I heard about these races, brought an older car, and then came to this race. And once I started my real racing career, we kind of just went all over the place when we hit like 50, 51, 52. Also, another thing about this scenario, it has a lot of sections that I was trying to incorporate to my own type event. But I didn't know how to make scenarios, so I couldn't really make it. But this is a 40-ish kilometer run, I believe, which would have came out to, because the Mille Miglia lap was 39 miles, it would come out to around 25 mile, 25, 24 mile, around that range of a race, which is about actually the same ratio, because if we say that was 1,000 miles with 39 miles, 25 to 26, or 24 to 25 is around, I would say around 500, around like 700 miles in like a ratio type way, which in 49 this was a 640 something mile event, or kilometer actually. So if that would come out to miles, I don't know how much miles that would be. I don't know how many kilometers that would come out to, but eventually we'll figure out when we do the math. So don't worry about that. Got scared there because I kind of, you can hear me kind of pause because I thought I was going off for a second. Because as you can see, it's very hard seeing when you're going down a hill into a corner. Because look at how low the roof is, and also how tall I am. Which honestly, if anything, is very realistic because I am a tall person. I don't think I'm Joe Logano type tall, but you know, somewhat realistic, I would say, especially in these cars where there's one seat adjustment, you don't get any more. We're getting in there. And then we come up to a similar section that's going to branch off into a new section eventually. But this is similar to us, so we shouldn't have too many problems getting through this section here. Also, it's like a challenge to get this lap underneath 30 minutes. Which so far, kind of looking possible. As long as we don't wreck ourselves, that's all I care about. So we come up to another right-hander. Another thing I like about these events was a lot of them were literally just about driving fast on Italian roads and Italian areas that are beautiful. Like, I've seen videos nowadays, million laps from like the Jay Leno video, and those areas look incredible. Especially the cities. I always liked, I want to live in a city like that, like in a foreign city, just because I couldn't really do it since the language barrier and stuff. But those cities do indeed look pretty, and look kind of, they have a nice little pizzazz to them. That's why I like doing the Milli lap in this map, because it works really well. Okay, get through there. Brake a little bit so we don't break anything or go off. Because I don't know how fragile this car is compared to what's the car's name? The Burnside Special. Because that thing, if you took a bump a little too hard and you hit the front end just a little too hard, it just destroys the radiator. It's like, Jesus. Sometimes it wasn't even that hard, like a drop, and it would just break the radiator. I'm just like, wow, that really helps. Another reason why we're doing the full body, well, I mean, it's like an old NASCAR, or old stock car, because they wouldn't be called NASCARs at this point yet. They'd be called strictly stocks, or in other words, modifieds, or really just a stock car. Like, I mean, it would have been called NASCARs, yes, because this was 49, but it wouldn't have been called, like, literally a NASCAR, because term has changed. This is literally a stock car, but since, you know, obviously NASCAR went through changes and stuff like that, it's became a NASCAR. You can't really call it a stock car anymore. We're about to come up to the halfway point here. This car has a weird feel to it. Not in a bad way. It's kind of like, it's just slow enough to make you feel comfortable, but when it gets up to speed, it definitely gets you kind of scared. Because you don't know if you're going to slow down or be able to turn in time. I think that's a nice, like, nice mixture, so you don't feel safe all the time. Alright, coming up to another pretty vicious right-hander here. Because I think this goes into a weird, like two chicane type thing. Here, there, that's the next kind of couple switcheroos. And that was a hard corner there. I think it's down there somewhere that we're about to get to. Here it is, I believe. This is where it kind of has a harsh, like, chicane type instant. Like a little bit of a here and very hard right here. And I believe again right here too. Wonder when we churn. Or when we churn, because we do eventually churn. Also, I wouldn't have gone this night already. Or just fast. Should say that the race has been held a little bit later in the day. I believe it might have been, actually. I could be actually right about that assumption. I thought we were turning there, but there's so many conflicting signs. That's why I like the Millie lap, because it has so many checkpoints. I understand why he did like this. I do understand why. Because at least he puts up those barriers, so it's a lot easier. No? Jesus. God, when it gets dark in BMG, it does get dark. I even though I have headlights. I always think that these maps should have some type of lights in them. Because now I'm super slow trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Trying to miss any corner. It's so weird, dude. Hurts speed because you're trying to go as fast as you can, but at the same time you don't want to wreck. So you kind of have to like look at the barriers. Sometimes they like leave you too, and it's like, and then they jump up in front of you. You have to slam the brake. But luckily this car is slow enough. I don't have to worry about it too much. Almost had a moment there. Shouldn't have gone this night this quickly. Don't trust that. Don't trust that one bit. Jesus Christ. Oh, here comes the moon. The moon will help us a little bit. I can't see anything. I mean, if we wreck, we wreck. I mean, I don't care. As long as it's nothing to do with the game stuttering. If it's just me messing up, that's me messing up. Jesus Christ, I can't see. Not too bad. I can keep the speed up really well in this car. This car, oh, that's the first really like corner I had to panic and didn't even feel that bad. This is the section I'm scared about. Oh, the city. Don't know where I'm supposed to go right now. Go back this way. I believe we just go all the way up into a little mountain area, I think. Then we can like take a U-turn or something. There's a checkpoint. Have some type of light. Like the city should have at least lights. And then like on some roads, like once in a while, lights. That's literally how it should be. Well, it's not like I hating on it. Like I don't. It's not really like bothering me. It's just the fact that it went so dark so quickly. Really, it should be getting dark right around here instead of where we were. Okay, I could see that sign really early there, so that was nice. Yeah, when you can see the signs really early, it really helps. And when it gets a little bit more open up here, and you can see more and more, it's a lot easier too when there's no trees in the way of the moon. Trying to hit the inside wall, that's why I went a little wide there. I think the Milli lap kind of made me a little bit less stressed trying to get through here at night. Because that last section where we lost our headlights, and it went pitch dark, that was the worst part of that lap. And luckily we didn't have to end the lap. That far in, I was just going to end it. Oh. How is the wheel still intact? How did we only damage the rear end? That is crazy. This thing is built Ford tough, even though it's not Ford, I don't think. It might be made as a inspiration of a model of a Ford, but I don't think it was actually. I don't think this isn't a Ford. I think this is like a mixture of those cars back in those days. Well, thank you for the caution signs, so I can get ready for this corner, even though I braked a little early, but, you know, it's fine. At least I got into the corner and didn't die. I am, however, very scared when I'm racing at night, because especially, like, times like these where there's not a lot of reference points, I can't see where I'm at. I do feel like I'm overshooting a lot of corners, and I'm somehow slowing down at time. Let's go to the corner, go brakes, get the brakes going there. We did a corner there, up through here. I believe this is a flat out section. Kinda. A little break there. Get around that corner. Get around this corner. Need more hillsides like right in front of me, so it's a lot easier to see. I do remember this corner though. That goes this way. It's like some sections I can then like remember based off of like geographic location. Like that little like lookout or the like rest there. I knew that it came into a left-hander, not a right-hander. Something that I could distinct and remember at least. Oh no! Okay, that's the end of the race right there. We just destroyed the car. Oh no. Can't really even see, but you can see the engine there. We just destroyed the car, and that's the end of our race right there. And that's fine, because that was a me error, not BMG error. Well, that's still a crushing blow, but I was able to do this race, even if I wrecked. I mean, it's literally just a race. If I wreck, I wreck. You have these sometimes, and luckily I didn't die from it. Like, I could have went off the cliff and killed my character before he even became popular. So, as you can see, we wrecked right here. We're pretty decent in the lap. But, you know, these things happen. They happen for a reason. It's not like, oh, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna fake you out and act like I'm perfect every time. The Mealy lap I wanted to get done without wrecking because I felt like that was an event that I wanted to do. I didn't want to. I wanted to finish it. This event, since we pretty much already technically did something similar and finished, I didn't. It wasn't really a problem. But we're gonna set this thing up, load her on home, and we should be good for the rest of the video here. And once we get to the end, oh, once we get why? Once we get to the start again, we will. Okay. Once we get to the start again, we will talk about what happened. So we're going to be pulling into the city that we started in. I'm going a little too fast, actually, but we're going to be pulling in her home. We're actually going to bring her to the docks since we didn't bring this car on a boat. So we're going to be bringing it back to the docks to from where we got it from, or where we left it to drive, poured it onto. We're going to pour it off back to America. And, well, with this damage, I don't think we'll ever see this car again. Because this damage is pretty substantial. Act like there's invisible cops blocking off the roadways for us. That's a nice looking ramp. Yeah, so obviously heartbreaking that we didn't finish the whole lap and able to do the math and everything, but it's honestly easier on my brain, so then I don't have to do that. But it's actually kind of cool too, the fact that I can do this. But yeah, so that'll be it for the video. Once we get to the ports, we'll send it off. As we're here, park it right around. Let's put Lyria on the dock because, well, I mean, we even need a boat, so we're just gonna put it where it rolls off to where like like those land ships that actually do that type of stuff would be. Obviously, don't put it in the water, but just put it close enough. But here we go. So that way for this video, we'll be doing a lot more. Actually, I've recently found a lot of cool races I can do in our games. You're going to see a lot more R Factor stuff. You're going to see in our stuff, obviously. I think this might be the last BeamNG race type thing I do. Unless if I find more that I can do myself. Let me just... Oh, I did have it off. But yeah, this should be the last BeamNG race video, unless if, obviously, I said before, that I find something that I can do our races in. Or races for in this game. But that'll be it, and we'll see you guys in the next video.